Welcome to our lesson about lighting styles. Let's go to the Environments tab. Activate Inventor Studio. Autodesk Inventor comes with a few pre-installed lighting styles. We can create our own new lighting styles, and we're also able to modify and save the existing lighting styles if we'd like to tweak them for our designs. Let's begin by clicking on the Lighting Styles command. The Lighting Styles dialog window opens. Lighting styles are shown as nodes in the tree on the left. The editing parameters appear on the right side of this dialog window. We can also select individual lights in the lighting styles and edit the parameters of those individual lights as well. To create a new lighting style, let's click the New Lighting Style icon. It's on the far left. Our newly created style appears as Default 1. Let's give it a more descriptive name. Right-click on it and select Rename Lighting Style. Let's call it My LS for My Lighting Style. And let's click OK. Now we're going to activate our new lighting style. Let's right-click on it and select Active. The active lighting style appears in bold type in the Lighting Styles tree. We're also able to see the lighting style as a node in the browser. To deactivate the lighting style, simply right-click on it and then unselect Active. Deleting a lighting style is of course easy. Just right-click on it in the tree and select Purge Style. We can also delete individual lights inside a style. Right-click on the light and select Delete Light and confirm with a yes. Add a new light by clicking the Add icon on the far right of the tool strip. Now we need to select the target of the light and adjust the position. Let's move the window. Notice a triad appears. We're able to reposition it. And when we're ready, let's click OK. We're going to take a look at the individual parameters of the light in just a little bit. Let's click OK for now. And here is our new light. It's Light 4. To delete the light, right-click on it and select Delete Light. Let's confirm it with a yes. We can delete the lighting style as well just by clicking this icon. Again, confirm with a yes. Now let's look at the lighting styles parameters and the parameters of individual lights. Let's select the Desktop node. And let's start on the General tab. The brightness slider controls the overall brightness of the light. The Skylight section, here we can provide uniform directional illumination for our scene. Check here to enable Skylight illumination. You can specify the intensity numerically, the color, or we can select an image to pattern if we like. Just browse by clicking here. Let's open Cloud 2 and click Open. Now let's uncheck Enable. Using a skylight is pretty CPU intensive, so for this reason, it's a good idea to enable this option for your final rendering rather than throughout your design work. Let's go to the Indirect tab. The Ambience slider controls the amount of ambient light or indirect illumination in your scene. Next is the Bounced Light section. We check this box to enable bounced light. Bounced light reflects from your surface and illuminates other objects in the scene. With bounced light enabled, we can set a custom light bounce value, or we can specify the quality from this drop-down menu. Medium, high, low, custom. This option is also pretty CPU intensive and will slow down your rendering process, so keep that in mind. Let's go take a look at the next tab in the Lighting Styles dialog window, the Shadows tab. We've got three options under Type: No Shadows, Sharp Shadows, and Soft Shadows. If you select the Soft Shadows option, we can specify the quality of the shadows on the right-hand side here: low, medium, and high. The Density slider controls the shadow's density or opacity. Light parameter down below. This is a spherical value controlled by the soft shadow setting. And let's go to the Position tab. The first section is Orientation. Here we can choose from a number of options for the light position. We can also flip the light's position by clicking this tool here. Let's adjust the scale a bit. And we can also enter the position manually for the X, Y, and Z coordinates. Now let's take a look at individual lights. We see a preview in our workspace. We've got three types of light: directional, a point light, and a spotlight. Below, we choose both the target and the position. Here we switch the light on and off. You can see the target handle changes when I switch the lights on and off. And use these buttons here to flip the direction of the light. Let's go to the Illumination tab. Here we can change both the intensity of illumination as well as the color. Let's select red and click OK. The target handle changes in the graphic area. Notice that it's now red. Let's cancel out. And let's switch the color back to white. Let's go to the Shadows tab now. Here we can specify the three types of shadows: either no shadows, sharp shadows, or soft shadows. With soft shadows, we can adjust the quality of the shadows: low, medium, and high. Below, shadow density and light parameter. For the soft shadows, we set the light parameter here. That's the diameter that's affected by the shadows. The last option here is the Use Style Settings checkbox. If this option is checked, the shadows are going to be determined by the lighting style settings rather than by the individual light settings. Let's return to our light now. On shadows, let's uncheck Use Style Settings, and now let's go take a look at the Spot tab. For the position, we can specify the coordinates on the X, Y, and Z axes. Same for the target, we can specify the X, Y, and Z coordinates of where the spotlight is going to point. Decay. This allows us to specify how the light will diminish depending upon the distance from the light. We've got three decay options: none, inverse, and inverse squared. None means that the light basically doesn't diminish at all. Inverse square will diminish faster than the inverse option. When you use a decay option, you're able to specify the start distance for the decay here. We're also able to set a hot spot and a fall-off angle, or we can adjust them manually in the graphic area. Let's return to the General tab now. And let's check out the directional light type. The last tab updates accordingly. It's called Directional. Here we can adjust the latitude and longitude of the light. Let's go back to the General tab. Let's take a look at the point type options. Once again, the last tab updates accordingly. Let's check it out. Here we can specify the X, Y, and Z positions of the light, and also how the light decays. The options are the same that we saw previously: none, inverse, and inverse square. The last option lets us specify the start distance. That's the distance where the light decay begins in relation to the light source. Let's cancel out of the Lighting Styles dialog window. Do we want to save? Let's click No. And this concludes our lesson about lighting styles.